What have you done? She doing things she never done. I gave her game, she having fun. She starting now, she number one. When she say the sauce, now I know she gotta have it. Let her meet the boss, put her hands on the package. I know what it costs, cause I got a bad habit of turning good girls like you into a
Savage.
turning good girls like you into a savage. Turning good girls like you into a savage. We ain't doing nothing basic. We gon' overdo it till these motherfuckers hit it. I'ma put it in you and then I want you to take it and flip it so good everybody wanna taste it. Yeah, you can tell that you're my favorite. I give you the gas, now you burning up the pavement. If you ever leave, I'ma probably have to chase it. It took too long to make it, now I can't replace it. Oh no, my God, what have you done? She doing things she never done. I gave her game, she having fun. She starting now.
Alright, let me get this channel up.
She say the sauce, now I know she gotta have it. Let her meet the boss, put her hands on the package. I know what it costs, cause I got a bad habit of turning good girls like you into a
Savage.
turning good girls like you into a savage. Turning good girls like
Alright, we good.
you into a savage.
Alright, I'm on the vibration. That song is fire. That song is fire. Alright, let me see. I got... Is this on? Yeah, it's on. Alright, cool. Alright, what's happening, everybody? What is happening? I believe my internet is good, so we good to go. Need to log into NADEX real quick. Oh, excuse me. I literally just woke up like a half hour ago. I dropped my kids off at school and came back home and went right back to sleep. With no hesitation. I didn't do anything. No, actually, no, I did. I did a watch party this morning. And then right after that, I went right back to sleep. So need to get my rest in. Yep, we got to get our rest, man. Especially as you getting older, you got to sleep. Like you have to. Like if you don't, your body will crash. You be doing something and you be in the middle of doing something and you just fall asleep doing something. Like sitting up, like sitting in a restaurant. you be dozing off like this. You supposed to be ordering your meal. You falling asleep. All right, let's see who's over here. I see Stargell. What's happening, Riley? What's up? James Burr. Rich was good. Matthew was good. Tiffany, what's happening? Tiffany in the building. What's up, Tiffany? Tiffany had the recap lit on Friday. She came in there, just dropped a bomb real quick. I was feeling that, Tiff. Feeling that. Chip, what's happening? What's up, Chris? Mr. Gorilla, what's good? Let me get this link real quick. Throw this up. All right. So what the market look like so far today? I haven't looked at it at all. Like literally. I'm about to look at it now. Oh, excuse me. Okay, got it over there. Need it over here. Yep. What else was I about to do? Oh, got two more. All right, got this here. And we got that in-between weather here in New York, like where it's in between cool and hot. Like it'll just do different stuff. And it's not gradual, like it's just like it's hot 1 minute and then it just goes from hot to cold. Well, not cold, but like cool. Like chill in the air. It's crazy. All right, I think I got everything out there. Yeah, we good. All right. What's up, Don? I see Ingrid in the building. Ryan is in the building. What's happening, Ned? Well, personally, I trade the pound, but different people within the group trade different markets. But we're all using the same framework. The framework is the same regardless of what market we're in. Ernest is in the building. Rich said it got another one of them pointless 13-minute rain showers in Florida. I know what you mean, man. It's like, why? Like, what was that for? Because it'll rain mad hard, right? And then it'll dry up like it wasn't no rain at all. I was like, what? Why did you rain? For what? Don said he's satisfied in his Chick-fil-A habit. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. You got your ridged fries, your ridged French fries. Chick-fil-A got some good French fries. Like I like how their fries are because they're not ever burnt. They don't be overdoing the fries. Oh, you hit the grill, okay. All right. Riley said can trade any pair, and I usually scalp the dollar yen, so already familiar with it. Right. Yeah, Riley's doing it, the way that I actually recommend that people do it. If you're already familiar with the market, that's the one you should stick to. You don't necessarily have to switch over to the pound just because that's what most of us trade. Indeed. Chris says same thing in Tampa with the rain. That rain, man, it's something else. I had a whole discussion the other day when I think I had told y'all the day that I watched the day I watched this truck, it rains. Like it never fails. Literally. I don't care when it is. If I watch this vehicle, it will rain the same day. And it's upsetting because I get a hand car washer. That shit is like $30. It's not a $10 car wash. So it's $30. You got your tires all armor rolled up. The car it's nice and glossy. And then you start seeing the specks of rain on the windshield. It never fails. Never fails. Adele said 102 degrees yesterday. What? That is insanity. Insanity. That must be where you're from, Texas, right? Adele, that's Texas or that's Florida? At 102 degrees. What? She said, but the cold front coming. Won't he do it? That's funny. Oh, Don, you stay away from the fried foods? Okay. Not me. No, I actually don't eat fried that often, but I do eat fried foods. I ain't gonna front. Definitely do. I don't see how can you resist Popeye's chicken? Come on, man. Who could resist Pop? If you're driving near a Popeye's chicken with your window down, you'll smell it, and you will go to the Popeye's drive-through just to make it seem like you didn't go to Popeye, so you can just be in and out real quick. Wingstop is banging too. Wingstop got what's that other flavor they got? I think it's mango habanero. I think it's mango habanero, and then the whatever the barbecue one is pretty good. Those are my two favorites. Yep. Chick-fil-A lemonade. I don't know. Maybe I had a bad experience with Chick-fil-A lemonade. When I had it, it tasted funny. The one I had was funny tasting. I gotta give it another try. I don't know. And I'm trying. Wait, was that Chick-fil-A or was that somewhere else? It was Chick-fil-A. It tasted funny. I don't know. I can't describe it. It didn't, like, it kind of almost tasted artificial when I had it. It didn't taste like real lemonade. Don like that wing stop though. You like that wing stop. Ron said, y'all can keep that range just a tad bit chilly in Chicago. Aha. You coming out, big man? I got you, homie. Yeah, you got room. You got room, big man. All right. Yeah, I heard of that too. Don said he goes somewhere. He paid a membership for the car wash. I actually saw that a couple of places. What's happening, Ozzy? He said London is ruining. What you mean? You talking about some kind of news for the pound? And it says 70 degrees, but cold in Dallas this morning. You saying 70 is cold? Wednesday, Monday, retard New York City drivers watch fuller and the law of attraction. We're gonna see if we can switch it up today and not encounter any nonsense out here with the shenanigans. Walker said too sweet in my opinion. Walker, you talking about the lemonade? He said tastes like insulin shots. Oh snap. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I just had a bad batch. Maybe I don't know. It just tastes like, and I wasn't the only one that said something about it either. Like a couple of people that was with me, they was like, "Yeah, it tastes kind of funny." I was like, "Yeah, it tastes funny." You know what it kind of reminded me of? It tasted like powder lemonade, but like the generic brand that you get from the supermarket. Like Stop and Shop brand lemonade powder. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Not a good one. Like not Country Time. Like something else. Because Country Time is pretty good. Can't front on Country Time. Riley say he prefer Popeyes over Chick-fil-A. Wow. That's a hard one right there. I would say who taking insulin shots? What's happening, Sheena? Ernest said for Texas 70 is cold. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, I thought that's what you was getting at. And I am keeping an eye on this market. I do have to set this timer real quick. I'm about to do that now. That's what I forgot to do. I'll set this timer. Come on, timer. Where is it? So 3 weeks went by that fast too with this Project 21. That's crazy. Already 3 weeks. Trying to tell y'all, man. Trying to tell y'all. And another good thing too, actually about slowing things down is the pace that you create is like, one that you become familiar with. And then when you shift into doing more because you just be on the charts more, if other opportunities come at another time, then, it is what it is. But it's actually a very good pace. Actually a very good pace, because you can do so much. Like, just for me personally, if I'm not actually on the charts, I do shit like sleep, like catch up on sleep, which is important, because a lot of times I'll just be up. I don't necessarily even be on the chart all the time, but I'm just up all the time. But it's like in the back of my mind, I know if I'm up, I'm going to be on the chart. Like, I'm going to be glancing. So I'll be doing whatever I'm doing and then doing the glance. And then if opportunities come, then they'll come and I'll be there. But when you just like it's kind of like getting your work done and then it's over with for the rest of the week. Or if the market decides not to give it to you right away early in the week, you can come on intermittently throughout the week. And whenever it comes, it comes. And I'm just talking through it because it's going to work itself out however you want to. I mean, however it wants to. Based on the time that you spend on the platform, waiting for opportunities to come. So most of it is really contingent upon how much time you kind of being around. You know what I mean? But it's powerful, man. It really is. It goes faster when you slow it down. Literally right now, well, after 3 weeks, I got to look at it again. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I already got 5. I already got 5 weeks in. I'm just saying. I took the 5th one yesterday. Cause remember, I had took 2 trades the same week, but I only released them as week 1 and 2. So even though I took them the same week, that first week, I released them 2 separate weeks. So it's like I'm a week ahead. So like the 3rd one came out today. The 4th one will come out next week. But I already got the 5th one done. So I'm like a week ahead as far as the releases. And then I won't trade again for Project 21 until next week. Like I just, I log out. I'm not even logged into that account, period. I will not log back into it, period. That way I know I won't take a trade in it. Because it's very tempting to just be there. And when stuff comes up, I can take it and record it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like that. I enjoy getting it done. And I'm used to doing that with the challenges most of the time. That's why they would only take 14, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, however much time it took. I would be done with the challenge and have, like 30 videos done. And I did it in like 3 weeks. But, I was actually talking about that a little bit in the IGTV video that I released on Sunday. I was talking about that. And how, like, for most people that are watching, it's not really helping them. I think that more than anything, they're getting a false sense of what they're going to be able to do. It's like people get excited about me doing that. And they're like, oh man, look at that. He did that X amount of days. And it's like, yeah, but that's not what you're likely to do. You're likely not to do that. So to try to compare yourself to that, you trying to catch up to me doing that. And then that's the part right there that kind of trips people up. And I know that. That's why I'm doing this. So now this way you have an actual documented archive that you can use to follow that's more along the lines of what you're actually going to do or what you're more likely capable of doing based on the fact that you're new and the fact that you just started training, all of that type of stuff. So, they gully out here, yo. They be writing tickets and the dude is standing right by the car. Ain't no arguing with him, bro. He gully. That's the second time he did that. He got this dude, he got another dude back there a little while ago. I could tell by his body language if he gonna come mess with me, so he come over here, I just back up. Act like I'm moving. And still be rebellious and don't move. I just back up until he walks away, then I just stop and stay double parked. Like what? What, man? What? Yeah, I was mischievous as a kid, as you can see. I have not outgrown it. Just be petty. The dude, he's really trying to like converse with him. You doing all of that? He giving you the ticket. He's like, I don't care what you say at this point. Here, take this. Yep. He's like, take this. Then when they really be gully, they don't hand it to them. They won't hand it to you. They'll put it on your windshield under the wipers. They don't care. They just they're like, yo, just shut up and pay the ticket, man. Just shut up and pay the ticket. All right. Is this timer set? Yeah, I think this timer set. All right, let me come back to the chat real quick. Don, you don't understand how much that aggravates me. Don said, I've been to expensive restaurants, the food tastes horrible. Anytime that happens, I be wanting to fight. Like, I want to fight the waiters. I be wanting to fight the cooks. Like, yo, your food costs way too much to be tasting this bad. Makes no sense. Fortunately, I haven't had a lot of experiences like that, but it does happen from time to time. Yes, it does. And I'll be like, yo, I don't want to pay. I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't pleased. So I agree with that, for real. Winston said, no trade on my 4th week yet. Walker, this 1 week. This 1 a week plan is super chill mode. Yes, it is. It's super chill mode, but super progressive mode, though. That's what's crazy about it. It's like you really relaxed, and the pressure is just like, it really is released off of you. Like, for real. Which gives you more clarity and gives you more focus when you're actually, like when you get into the next week and you're ready to go, you ain't under no pressure. It's amazing. It's like, it's again, like the more that you slow it down, the more thorough you are with everything. Yep. So I could definitely vouch for that. It definitely does do that. It alleviates so much pressure. And I think that for most people be putting pressure on themselves. You putting pressure on like not missing something, or or I gotta be there, or I didn't see this, I didn't see it in MRMH, or I didn't see a follow-through trade, I didn't get anything yet. When you constantly applying pressure to yourself, it throws off your focus a lot. So if your focus was more sharp, you would actually see more at the time. It just is what it is. Like, that's a fact. So it plays a part in that also. Tell you, man, that shit is valuable. It's invaluable, actually. Ingrid 6-0 for me. Haven't been able to trade for a while. See, and yet 6-0. So if you think about that, like if you spread that out over the time that you've been trading for since you started, how many weeks ago did you start the project? That's for Ingrid. Because when you do that and when you actually think about it, you're like, wait, yeah, that was about 5-6 weeks ago. So you kind of doing one a week. You know what I mean? So it's like the pressure, once again, it's alleviated. It is alleviated. Walker says week 2 or 3, I don't know. Got 20 left till income phase. Right, but you 5-0, right? So Walker, you're 5-0, yes? Don said, as a trader, I have a sixth sense when opportunity pops up, like I'm on the charts at the right time. Yeah, you definitely developed that. And the thing about it is that is something that you actually developed, though. Like, I believe that everybody gets to that point if they continuously train and continuously work at their craft. You develop that ability. That's what I love about trading. You're working on foundational life skills. And what we call feeling the market, and like what Don is saying about having the sixth sense, those are things that we have innate already as a human. So if your training is targeted to developing that and to cultivating that part of you, it elevates. Next thing you know, you're doing it and you don't even know that you're doing it. It's amazing. Rich 4-0 for Project 21. 3 this morning in a cluster. Interesting. You got 3 trades this morning, Rich? No one won the 4th, the rest today. Okay, so 1 on the 4th and then 3 today. I'm thinking that's what you're saying. Hey, what's you the one that got the foul through trades? Rich, I have insomnia, so I'm watching charts almost every hour I'm up, getting that feeling. When did most of the trades come? What time of the morning was it? I'm curious. The one I took yesterday was like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, actually. I don't even know why I was up. Sometimes I just be up and don't realize the time. And then by the time, when I look at the time, I be mad. I'm like, why am I still up? Take my ass to sleep. Yeah, yep. Right, when they start writing that ticket, it's all over. Walker, what's up with that Stellar Lumen you were talking about the other day? I've been researching XRP, which is Ripple. Just learned Stellar was the decentralized version of Ripple. Yeah, Stellar is the only crypto that'll never have a fork. You know what I'm talking about? Remember when Bitcoin split? Bitcoin had a fork, and I think Ethereum had a fork where they split. Mind you, this is like, just bear with me because this is new to me, but I'm very quick with information. So once I have it, then I got it. When Bitcoin split, it became the regular Bitcoin, then Bitcoin Cash. And then Ethereum became regular Ethereum, and then whatever the other shit is. But the reason that it splits is because of the way that they have the the communication between the computers that are connected to whatever that coin is or whatever that cryptocurrency is. Stellar will never do that because on a network, all of the computers are in cooperation at all times. And if anything is not in cooperation, it's eliminated. It's removed from the process for confirmation. So it allows transactions to take place like within 5 seconds. It's crazy. See, what I'm getting at as far as crypto and why crypto is so valuable, it's the technology behind the crypto. It's that blockchain. It's the blockchain and the way that they can build on the blockchain because everything is decentralized. So nobody controls it. One entity does not control it at all. It's just like how the internet is. The internet is a network of computers that never turn off. So all the blockchain is a technology that's built on the internet. It's using the internet to be able to exchange communication between those servers. But it's its own technology built on top of the internet. And the blockchain is where transactions take place and get verified within seconds. So like once it goes through all of the channels, it means that you can take, let's say you got US dollars. And this is what Stellar does. You got USD, but you want to send it to, you say you got an uncle in Jamaica and you want to send it there in the local currency, right? So when you send it USD, you want him to receive it in the Jamaican currency. When you send it through Stellar, it gets to him in his currency. It doesn't have to be exchanged. And mind you, this is seconds. So the whole transaction takes place through Stellar, through that network. It leaves you in whatever currency you choose. You can send it in dollars, you can send it in Bitcoin, you can send it in euros. It doesn't matter what currency you're sending it in, and whatever currency you want to receive it in is the currency that it will turn into. And all of this takes place fluently on the network. Shit is crazy. Tell you, like the technology is insane. So because of that, and this is what I was talking about as far as making the content about the way that I'm invested in it. People are not like crypto is not something that you want to trade. You don't want to trade crypto. I'm saying that, and I know people are like, what? And of course you could trade it like, you know, how you would trade Forex or any other instrument. You could do whatever you want to. But I'm talking about as far as the real value of crypto is not anything that you are able to fathom right now. You can't fathom what it's going to be. That's what I'm getting at. For that reason, you need to just accumulate crypto, period. Like on whatever level that you want. I don't care if you buying $5, $10, $15 worth of crypto a week. It needs to be systematic and done consistently. Like literally, I'm not even joking. Because you want to accumulate as much crypto as you possibly can. And I would say to do Bitcoin, to start with Bitcoin. With the Coinbase, you're able to transfer between, you know, like from one crypto to another. So if you want to transfer into Ethereum or transfer into Ripple or transfer into another one, you know, like if you're studying the way that the actual crypto currencies are moving and you see opportunities where the price, let's say, might have dropped. Like say, for example, and this happened in the last few weeks, matter of fact, Bitcoin a few weeks ago was over 10,000. Bitcoin right now was like 8,000. That's a 20% drop. Now think about that. So if it drops by 20%, it actually gives you an opportunity to accumulate more of it. You see what I'm saying? So if you can accumulate more of it at a lower price, it's giving you more of the asset anytime that there's a drop in the price. This is why I said it doesn't even make sense to try to trade it. Like people, they'll try to time entering into it and then want to profit off of the movement. And that's fine. You could trade. And if you're trading, you should treat it just as trading in your trading of crypto. But you should also be accumulating crypto where you're actually just buying it up, like just accumulating crypto, period. Whenever you see drops in price and stuff like that, buy a little more, that type of stuff. So like, that's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about all of that. I'm gonna just give out my perception and my understanding of what it is, and ultimately what it means, like over the long term. Because I believe that it's something that's long term. I don't see crypto as something that's like, this thing, or you got to hurry up and get in it, oh, you're going to be late. Nah. The way the crypto is and the technology that it is, that shit is like a land grab. It's like, can you imagine buying a piece of real estate? Like, I think there was a time, I forgot how much Manhattan was sold for. I think it was sold for like $7 or some retarded, some crazy. Whoever the dude that bought Manhattan paid like $7 for the real estate. And it's like, oh snap. So it's like the amount of wealth that came later, it came from him understanding land value and development. Like all right, it's cheap now, but it's gonna be shit that's gonna be done with this. It's gonna be super valuable in the future. And that's exactly what happened. So it's kind of like that thinking. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going with the whole crypto movement. Because I had to really pause. I'm like, why everybody keep talking about Bitcoin all the time? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, I understand now. It's because one of the first waves that took place already. I remember literally 2000, what is this, 2019? This was 2017. 2017 is when I first started buying Bitcoin. I told you, I remember I was like, you couldn't even buy it online if you lived in New York. If you was in New York, you couldn't buy it on the internet yet. So they had Bitcoin ATM machines. And the fee was like 16%. Like something crazy. And I think around this time, Bitcoin was priced around like $600 to $700 per Bitcoin. This was 2017. And I was like, all right, I need to start just accumulating this. I don't know what it is yet fully, but I need to get this. Just started accumulating. Like every week, I would just go to the ATM machine, throw in 50, throw in 100 or whatever into the machine, get my Bitcoin on the receipt, throw it in my wallet, and keep it moving. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do that every week. Just was doing that every week. And then the first wave of the Bitcoin movement came. I think Bitcoin went as high as 20,000, something like that. Now, mind you, that's insane. So, from the $600 to $700 range up to 20,000 is retarded. But that's not even the move. That's not even it yet. You understand what I'm saying? That's not it yet. And that happened already. Even if you want to go back before that, like Bitcoin used to be like $50. So just imagine if you were aware to some degree of this thing, and you're like, well, this thing actually might be valuable in the future. Not sure what it is yet, but let me throw 500 in there. You could have bought 10 Bitcoin at $50. You would have had 10 Bitcoin now. That's how you do it. When you don't know everything about something and you start to look into it and you see that it makes sense as far as technology in the future goes, what you're investing in is in the future of the technology. You're not investing really in the actual asset that you're buying. Like if you bought Bitcoin, you didn't really buy Bitcoin because it was Bitcoin. You bought Bitcoin because it's built on the blockchain technology. It's the same reason you should buy it now. So the same reason that you should have bought it then is the same reason you should buy it now. That technology is the future. You don't have to know about it to benefit from it. You don't got to know what Bitcoin is going to become. You don't got to know where the price is going. All you need to do is take advantage of the opportunity that you have available to get your hands on it and just wait. Just keep mining and wait. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And then what happens is over time, the way that technology moves, you already know that how technology moves. Stuff comes out of nowhere. And when it comes out of nowhere, the people that have already been in the know regarding the technology, they're the ones that benefit from it. And I'm like, well, this right here, everybody knows about it, but nobody really is doing that much about it yet. There are more people doing something about it now. It's more accessible now. Like now you can buy it online in New York. Like I said, you couldn't buy Bitcoin online. This was this last year. This 2019, yeah, 2018, 2017, 2018, you couldn't even get Bitcoin online, period. If you were buying it online, you had to kind of figure out a way like to go international and use a different address and do all type of extra shit to just get your hands on some. So that's what we're dealing with. Now it's readily available. Everybody can open up a Coinbase account. So yep, the land grab. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Who started talking about that? Oh, that was Walker. See what you did, Walker? 10 minutes of commentary. Oh man. Oh. Don, it's not all it seems. I just wanted to challenge myself. Yep, Tristan, I've studied your challenges and your other videos, but I think there's a contradiction in how you take the trade and the challenges compared to what you say to people. Trades where the market ended up in your favor, but realistically it could have gone the other way. So you saying you don't lose can't be entirely true. Okay. I'm gonna come back to that. Oh, actually, I can talk about it now. So, Tristan is saying that I'm contradicting how I take the trades and the challenges compared to what I'm saying to people. You would have to elaborate on that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, you would have to be specific. Because what you might see in a video on as far as a trade goes is a limited perspective that you have because you don't know what I'm doing. It actually makes more sense for you to look at how the market looks versus trying to figure out what I'm doing. But that's neither here nor there. Walker, Don, 100 to 25K in 2 days. He said you gotta get some mink shades or something. That's hard. Don said I made every mistake in trade and I'm numb. I mean, he cold-blooded, boy. Woo. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Market look good right now. Look like it's getting there. You know. Shiny, no pressure at all. Most of us trading live should be in the growth phase currently, not the income phase. Pressure comes from pressing gas to make income. Get a part-time job to alleviate. Wow. That's some wisdom right there. Shawnee, that's hard. Damn. Now that's some real shit right there that he just said. Wow. He said pressure comes from pressing the gas to make income. Get a part-time job to alleviate. Facts. Damn, that's all right. There's the first mic drop right there. Damn. First mic drop. Don said the market always changed and had to work out my sickness. Mic drop number 2. Sheesh. Listen to what he's saying. Like, he didn't say I had to figure out the market. He said I had to work out my sickness. Come on, man. Come on. Don, so you're kind of alluding to crypto as intrinsic value. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, what it is that crypto is, crypto is like how gold, imagine buying physical gold. But not now. Imagine you were buying physical gold like when gold used to back up currency. Imagine you own gold then, when it had currency on top of it, when it was backing up currency, and you just were accumulating gold at that time because the pricing was different. You understand what I'm saying? It's still gold though. Like the same gold then is the same gold now. That's how it is. But it's even at a level beyond that, because we don't use gold in technology today. Like we use gold in physical things. You know, it's used in some electronics. Silver actually is used way more than gold as far as an industrial metal. Silver actually has more value as far as uses than gold does, because it's a different type of metal. But they're keeping silver dumbed down, and they're able to manipulate the price because of the monetary system. They're easily able to do that. They're doing the same thing with gold too. So that's why those assets they don't ever reach a certain point, because they're able to just print unlimited money. So they can always suppress the price to be whatever they want it to be. But that's still not going to stop the appreciation of the pricing over time and the value that they are. Like physical gold and silver will always have value, period. They always represent wealth. No matter what. I don't care what the economy is doing. It's always valuable. Now, if you accumulate enough of it, that's how you're able to benefit more so from cashing out. So like I'm kind of getting back to my original point as far as, imagine if you all right, YouTube, stop hating. But anyway, so what crypto is that's different, the technology that is built on, is what the whole world is using and will continue to use. You can't put a monetary value on that. And what will happen is anytime there is some type of event or something that goes on and financial markets are affected, you'll see the movement of money go into the direction of crypto because that's the safe haven. Like, you haven't seen that happen yet, but that's what will happen. And anytime that you have all of this money going in one place, that's when the pricing just accelerates and becomes something crazy and ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that that's the reason to invest in crypto, but at some point that is likely to happen, first of all. Second of all, even if that don't happen, just over time, the accumulation of crypto is going to increase in value because the cryptos are going to increase in value. Like, there's going to be, like, Bitcoin, there's mining for it, but there's a limit for it. When it reaches the limit, it's not going to be mined anymore. So the only way to have it is to own it or to buy from somebody else. And what creates the price structure of it is the demand. Just like anything, any market, what creates the pricing is who wants it? How many people want this? So just imagine if you own some and most of the people that own it ain't selling it. Think about this. If most people ain't selling it, what's going to happen to the price? The price is going to reach levels until everybody that has it feels comfortable with selling it. Then you'll see the pricing adjust. But until that, if things happen and people are looking for a place to put money and they want that asset, that's when you see the pricing just become ridiculous. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that still hasn't happened. So there's all of these different scenarios that can play itself out. But the main thing about the crypto is the blockchain. It's the technology. That's what you're really investing in. You're investing in the future of whatever that technology will allow things to be done going forward. We don't know what it is yet. It could be it's all type of shit. You can see what the potential is because stuff is happening now. Look at how, just all of the stuff that's going on that you probably are not fully aware of as far as technology goes. How you think transactions will flow. Look at all the internet online, or like, just think about Amazon. You don't think Amazon is plugged into Bitcoin and the crypto? You don't think all these websites and these companies that are online are plugging into crypto? They are. You're going to start seeing more and more stores accept crypto. Watch. Just pay attention. One day you go into McDonald's and you'll be able to pay with Bitcoin. I'm telling you. They're going to be like, Bitcoin accepted. You're going to see the big ass gold B. And you're going to be like, oh, snap. All of that's going to happen. That is going to happen. So just imagine if you accumulated now when nobody is really thinking about it like that. Nobody really cares. Like, average person don't care about Bitcoin. They hearing about it, but they don't care. But you in the know. During the whole time where there is lack of education about it, you accumulating it during that whole time. Taking advantage of the dips in the market. Like, when the price go down, I love when the price of Bitcoin goes down. Crazy. I hope that shit go to 2,000. If we go to 2,000, you know how much more you can buy for the same money? You see what I'm saying? You got to have the right mentality as far as investing goes, and you have to span it out over time so that it makes sense. It's no different than the real estate market. The time for you to buy real estate is when it's in a situation where something happened and something got messed up. People do tax sales all the time. When you go to an auction for a piece of real estate, somebody lost the property because they didn't pay the taxes. All you gotta do is pay the taxes and you own the property outright. No mortgage or nothing. You know how, you understand what I'm saying? It's about the way that the deal is structured and you being in the know. You can already have the property lined up to be sold or to be, rehabbed or whatever. You can already have the money already in place. If you have leverage and you have access to credit, you can do all type of shit with real estate. and make money off of a situation that somebody got into where it didn't work out. That shit happens all the time. It's arbitrage. So that's one aspect of looking at how real estate is. Another one is if you just buy land. You could just accumulate land. And if you're doing research, you're looking at different areas and different plots of land to see what's likely to happen as far as development goes. One day, a company that wants to develop an area might come along and they're going to want to have access to an area, and you own a lot of land in that spot. And you're like, I'm not selling. And they're like, well, how much you want? I don't want nothing because I'm not selling. Well, we willing to pay you this. No. Well, we willing to pay you this. I'm thinking about it. Next thing you know, some land you bought somewhere for $2,000, they willing to pay you $50,000 for the lot. All because you did forward thinking and research and looked into shit ahead of time. You didn't know when it was going to happen, but you knew at some point it was going to happen. Then the day comes and it happens and you get paid. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so it's the same mindset like how we are when we trade. It's the same shit. The mindset is no different. The mindset is the same. You have to forward think. Opportunity means it's before it happens, not after. What regular people do, they try to jump on shit after the fact. They want to go into the stock market when it's up. No, you go into the stock market when stocks is fucked up. When companies are not doing well, when they're undervalued. That means that there's an arbitrage now. It will become valuable at a later time. But right now is the time to actually buy or to get into that investment. It makes more sense to do it now when it's weak. And then you hold it until the time comes for you to get your harvest. It's the same, like it's all the same, but it's about having the knowledge to know what to do specifically. And that's where people go wrong. They don't be doing enough research. It's the same reason why people be losing their trades. You're not losing your trades because of the market. You're losing your trades because you don't know what you're doing. You don't have no patience. You're thirsty. You're greedy. All the same shit. Y'all know what we talk about all the time. So the same thing applies to everything else that goes on, including crypto. Crypto ain't no different. But I'm telling you that crypto is a very unique opportunity. It's not like anything we've ever experienced before because this is technology. It's the future of everything that's happening. Everything is different. It's different, man. Yeah, but anyway. We find out Rant Man be going off on crypto too. I still don't understand Bitcoin. I know, man. I know. And that's the thing, like the beauty of it at this point, you don't really have to understand anything about it. What I tell people now that I talk to, like when I'm in Starbucks, I'm like, you know what? Every time that you buy some Starbucks, you should buy some Bitcoin too. And they're like, really? Like, yeah, just trust me. I'll tell them just like that. Every time you get, your lattes, what you spend $6, $7, get yourself some Bitcoin too. And just think about if you do that over time. You're doing that shit for 3, 5 years. And then year number 6, something crazy happened. Where the price is astronomical. Like it's not even a number that makes sense. It's just a number that's like, oh snap, what happened? But because of all of the stuff that goes on, you were in the know, knowing to accumulate that asset. Because at some point, that type of movement was going to take place in the actual pricing of the market. But like I said, that's how shit works, man. That's how it works. Ernest said, how many racks of rib can I get with one Bitcoin? There you said, I bought 2 years ago just to mess around, only $50. Price of Bitcoin was 92.20. Today it's 82.24. I have a small ass percentage of a Bitcoin. I have a recurring purchase set up. There we go. Look at the last thing he said. The last thing he said right there. That's the money. I have a recurring purchase set up. That's the money. Matthew said so because he can't figure it out that it can't be real. Oh man. Rich, I've been training 1 month and a bit. I'm 4-0, haven't lost, will not lose knowing what I now know. Mark demonstrates where the level of skill can take you. Yes, sir. Don't come over here, fat boy. Stay over there. Todd says girlfriend called him. No respect for the YouTube live. Oh man. Also, lithium's supposed to have value. Adele said they said you're speaking too much truth. Yeah, that's why they tried to cut this off a little while ago. I don't disagree. Man, just go get a cheeseburger. Stop looking over here. They be thirsty to write tickets. Just go get your food. You hear about the China crypto mining farm burning down. Wonder how an event like that will have an impact on the crypto world. I don't even be knowing half the stuff that be going on. I just know that the blockchain. That's it. I know that much. I know that much, and that's all I need to know, because I understand. Like, just think about all the technology that we have access to now. Literally, 10 years ago, you didn't have any of this shit. The technology that we have right now, only 10 years ago, it didn't exist. So look at how technology advances and how fast it advances. So the blockchain is a technology within itself. It's like the blockchain is like another internet. Imagine if you had somehow you were able to have an interest in the internet itself, like as far as from an ownership aspect. That's what I feel blockchain is now. It's like having ownership in it. The way that you have ownership in it is through the crypto. It's through the coins. That's how you have the ownership in it, because the coins are built on the technology. So they're kind of they're intertwined. They're one and the same. Yep. If they have it backed up, then it won't have an effect. Right. That's true. That is true. For their sanity, I hope they did. Look at the price 10 years ago. Hella money. Yep. 420 was close. Yeah, this 430 is out of position slightly, but the environment is awesome right now. Environment is beautiful. Matthew says, yes, sir. Commercial real estate, always growth happening. Hell yeah. It's only an opportunity if you are prepared to take advantage of it. Right. Otherwise, it's just some shit you could have done. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm always, and like anytime I see when it's an opportunity that everybody can partake in, I'm always looking for the most simple way to go about doing it all the time. That's why I simplify everything. Well, Mark, what do you think of Bitcoin? It's like now if somebody comes in here asking about Bitcoin, now I got solid shit to say about it because I looked at it in multiple ways, like from multiple perspectives. And I'm like, nah, as far as trading goes, nah, that's not where the money's at for Bitcoin. That's not where the money is at for crypto. Because in order for you to trade it, like we already trade. I don't gotta trade Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? We already have a platform, instruments, you know, we already using the 5-minute binaries. We already got trading already intact. That's solid. Bitcoin is not that to me. Bitcoin is something else. And I'm saying Bitcoin, but what I'm really saying is blockchain. So when I say Bitcoin, I'm intertwining Bitcoin and the blockchain. They're one and the same. Walker, that's one of my goals for next year. 1.5 acre lot for $20,000 on a piece of land set for commercial development in the next few years, right next to a college campus. Look at that. See, and the thing about, and then when you position like that, they pay you what you want because they want the land. Anytime developers want the land, they're going to get it. Question is, how much are you going to force them to give to you? I've seen it happen that happened in, there was a church, historical church in a part of Queens where this part of Queens is like Chinatown. They wanted the land that the church was on. That church was there for like 80 years though. You know, it go back. It's historical in that area. They would not sell. I think when they first made them an offer, the offer was 6 figures. They made him an offer, it was 7 figures. Then they made him an offer, it was multiple 7 figures. For the same land. That's like, oh, wait. So now there's a difference. See, it's like there's a difference between 100,000 and then 5 million. Those numbers are totally different. You can't do the same thing with 100,000 that you could do with 5 million. With 5 million, you can do a lot of stuff. Like relocate your church and build it somewhere else. You can't really do that with 100,000, but you could do that with 5 million. So everybody has their number. And when you position yourself because you did research in advance, or you just might happen to be in a position where this is what it is. I don't think that they knew that these developers were going to come in and build that area up and create Chinatown there. I don't think that they knew that ahead of time. They didn't buy the land and put the church there because they thought that that was going to happen at some point. They just happened to be there. And they're developing around where you are. And you didn't sell out right away. You kept saying no. They keep coming, more money, more money, more money. As they continue to develop and build up the area, your price tag keeps going up if you keep saying no. They're going to keep offering you more money. They're never going to stop. They're going to keep going until they hit your number. But you got to know what it is that you're doing and what's going on to know what your number should be. So it's the same idea, like it's the same principle. And then it becomes about being able to maintain the property. You know, like when you own property, you got to pay taxes on the property, etc. Keep up with the taxes. You keep up with the taxes, you're good to go. You can hold out until that payday come. When that payday come and that number's right, that number's yours. Like this is, this is business. This is how business is done. And this is how people make a lot of money in business. It's never what you think that it is. And it requires study and research and, the same shit that we do in the market. You ain't gonna learn and understand the market if you don't study it. That's why I don't be understanding what people be doing when it comes to the market. I'm like, how are you supposed to know anything about the market if you don't study it? Like, what are you even doing? I don't understand what you're doing. You try to trade, but you don't understand why you're trading. Nah, you got to educate yourself. Indeed, Sheena says Streets 101, take advantage of a vulnerable situation. In this case, the market from any aspect. Exactly. Ernest said, welcome back, Rant Man. Don, Warren Buffett made a killing off of unvalued stocks, cigar, but investing the term. Yeah, Warren Buffett definitely, he made a lot of money. And he was a simple investor also. He would just buy stocks like Coke. He'll buy Coca-Cola and just hold on to it. And then like Coca-Cola's a company that pays dividends also. Reinvest the dividends in more stock. That's how you do it. $4.25. I think we were looking at that. Yeah, it was slightly out of position. Slightly. And it didn't have any movement also to secure its position. That 435 was similar, but it was further away from the strike. See what the 440 does. NADEX has Bitcoin spreads. Yeah, it's whack though. It's whack. Like, spreads are whack. They just whack to me. That's my opinion, of course, but I'm just saying. Matthew says certain stocks are meant to be held until there's a price you just can't turn down. Exactly. Yep. Don, the only way someone typically won't sell their land is if it's a family heirloom. Let me tell you something. They come with the right number, that family heirloom is gone. You can have it. Like, we'll reposition our family situation somewhere else with way more money. Like, see, you have to know what makes sense to do. Sometimes your pride will get in the way of your common sense. And I'm just saying, unless it's a situation where it's like, what can I even use? Like, I don't know, maybe a burial ground or something like that. Like, where your family's buried. If your family's buried there, that's different. Because their bodies are there. That, that's something totally different. But I mean, like, if it's a piece of property or land that has been passed down, and somebody wants it, and they come in with a number that's like, yo, we can take what we got here and do this like 5 more times and get 5 times the amount of land we got here over somewhere else. And you can shift your family to another better position. It's the same. Matter of fact, you actually increased your wealth because now you own more land somewhere else, and you have the finances to be able to afford the land and to afford more of the land. Your family just over here now. You still got your family. Like, yo, we over here now. That we didn't sell out. We got paid to move over here. There's a difference. And of course, this is just my opinion. Some people may not feel that way. That's how I look at it, though. Let me tell you something. When the numbers get like retarded numbers, I think that you would be foolish not to consider using that number to go do whatever you want to do somewhere else. Like, why? Why? What you want, man? Thirsty. I'm in here, man. That's why I put my hand up so you can see I'm in here. They'd be thirsty to write tickets. But anyway. Yeah, but that's just my opinion, though. That is just my opinion. Don says some things are non-negotiable. I do agree with that to a degree. To a degree. You got it. You have to know like what the difference is, though. Reese said, what are your thoughts on people who say NADEX is a ripoff? That they don't know what they're doing and they losing? Pretty much. Look, Matthew says, he said the same shit. NADEX is the ripoff to anyone not winning. Yep. Ernest said, for a great price, sell the buried. Tyler said, nah, we get shovels. Time to meet that on I never saw. Oh, man, y'all crazy. No, but I mean, you know, it's like, it's very interesting to actually talk about certain things because a lot of times we have a limited perspective on certain things. And we only do or believe certain things because we were indoctrinated into it. But it's like you're an individual. You got your own brain and your own thoughts. Think. Like, just take a moment and you think yourself about a situation and try to make sense of it just on your own. Not with the brain that you've been indoctrinated into. Because it's just like cultural things. Like in certain cultures, they just do things a certain way. And if you're raised in that culture, that's how you're going to be raised to do shit. And then one day, somebody comes, you know, and they start questioning the way that you're doing things. And it's like, well, who are you to question how we do? Well, I'm an individual, first of all. I have a brain. And I'm not questioning to try to challenge what it is that you might be doing. I'm just wondering why. See, and that's a fair question. Why is always a fair question. You can't get mad at somebody saying why. Because you should be able to explain why. And if you can't explain why, that represents insecurity for you. It's like you got to be insecure about something if you can't tell me the reason behind it. It shouldn't just be, oh, well, because we do, that's how we do things. That can't be the answer. Well, why do we do things like that? Why? Why? And until you get that explanation, that's what you're going to be in search of. You're like, yo, they this is how we do it, but that shit don't make no sense to me. I ain't gonna do it like that. And then this is how you have people like they break off from their culture, and then they go and they become free from that. And it's like, are they wrong for doing that? Gives you something to think about, right? It really gives you something to really think about. It's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Adele said we can't take it with us when we go. That's true. She said you put that money in your casket, if so, let me know the coordinates. Reese said, I hear comments about the payouts. You mean comments about the payouts on NADEX? Is that what you're talking about, Reese? Sly, what's good, man? Yeah, where you been? Yeah, like that's why I asked, because I'm like, whoever talking about the payouts from NADEX, they don't know what they talking about if they saying something negative at all. Oh, I missed your comment. Where? Hold up. Let me scroll back. I don't know. It's a lot of comments back there. What was your comment? What'd you say? I'm scrolling. I can't find it. All I see is the peace sign. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. All right. Oh, you were saying what's up, huh? Trying to sneak in here. What's good, man? He said, yeah, I kind of left without saying much, but I just decided to take more time to do some things for myself in life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You a young man, there's going to be a lot of that. You're going to have a lot of moments like that in life. Yeah, but as far as NADEX paying out, nah. Ain't no issues at all. If you make money, you get paid. You withdraw, you get your money. Period. Yeah, no, I know you're not giving up, man. I know that. It ain't nothing to give up. This is TA. It ain't nothing to give up. But yeah, no issues whatsoever with payments, with payouts from NADEX. Literally never had an issue. Not one. Ernest said the only issue I had with NADEX is trying to withdraw demo money. It took longer than 2 business days, huh? Oh, man. Oh, maybe that's what people are saying. Now we get into it, Reese. Maybe this is what people are talking about. Look at how Slav comes in with the jewels and the nuggets real quick. He says you do get issues with NADEX paying out when you lose. You can't ask for a refund on the loss. Let's get it. Look at that. See, Slav, this is why we need you. We need you to be around, man. Slav is wise. He pays attention. Yeah, definitely what Don is saying. He said market will always be here. There's no rush. Absolutely. Market ain't going nowhere. Market ain't going nowhere. Oh, excuse me. Reese said the ratio. What you mean, Reese? The ratio of what to what? Yeah, Chris is saying it too. Always got my money. She said there were YouTube videos that complain about it. There's YouTube videos that complain about everything. Like, just for the record. Anything you want to find negative about anything or anybody, it's on YouTube, without a doubt. Yeah, but I would be curious to know what they were complaining about. Like, did you put in a withdrawal and not get your money? Like, what was the issue? NADEX has a very powerful business model. Very powerful business model. Slav said in today's world, people are more attracted to complaints and negative videos than things about positives, especially on YouTube. Look at the young man's wisdom. Slav, how old are you now? You 22? Slav is 20 something. Don said, I bet the YouTube complainants wanted a refund. Right. They lost a trade. Oh wow, you turn in 22 this month or 21? 22? 13 days. Nice. So on the 20th. 22 on 10/20. 22 on 10/20. Don't mind me, I just be messing with numbers in my head. Okay. Nice, man. Nice. 22 was a good age. You're twice as old as you were when you were 11. Ernest said, I bet they didn't confirm their bank account with NADEX, then tried to withdraw. Look at this. Now to see, now this is actual situations that go on. That goes on. People don't get their documentation right. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna make a video and help people. Like before you open your live account, it's certain protocol that you need to follow. First of all, you need a bank account, not a prepaid debit card account, right? Not a credit. Don't get a credit union account unless it's a valid credit union. And on your actual account statement, the account number is on the statement. The bank account number has to be on the statement. So does your address and your name. Like this is stuff that NADEX will tell you. But if you don't ask them no questions beforehand and just take it upon yourself to start doing stuff, you know, you making a deposit with a prepaid debit account, and then now you need an account, a bank account to attach so that you can have withdrawals made. But your debit card account has to be connected to the same bank account that you're going to use for withdrawals. You see what I'm saying? So again, just lack of knowledge and awareness is the reason that people be doing stuff. So I might make a little video just telling people, giving them the heads up about that. Like have your documentation right so that you don't got to deal with that. He says the next one is 33. That's going to be tough. Nah, you be all right. You be all right. You keep living, you're gonna keep getting old. I tell you, I guarantee you that. Reese, how much you earn on these trade versus NADEX? I will make more sense when I understand better. Jury strike off that record. Oh, jury strike that off the record. Oh, maybe they were comparing Forex to NADEX? I don't know. Tyler said NADEX asked me for my bank account information, so they obviously trying to rob me for my 1134 I got. Oh snap. Ernest said NADEX will gladly take your deposit, but if you try to withdraw and you didn't get that account confirmed, you are messed up for at least a week. And see, I don't know. I never experienced that, so that's why I don't talk about it all the time. I like when someone brings it up because then people can actually address it who actually had an experience. So yes, in instances, every instance I've heard of a situation had more to do with the documentation and the account that the person was using with their NADEX account. That was the issue that they were having. It had nothing to do with them withdrawing or making a withdrawal and not getting the money that they are supposed to receive. That's not it. They had a situation with their account being validated on NADEX, and that's different. So just to clarify. Right. So did I. Matthew said I did everything right up front, never had any delays with receiving my withdrawals on time. That's it. You know, most of the time, if you just read the terms and conditions, you'll get all the information, but most people don't read it. Most people, you know what's crazy? Most people never read terms and conditions. They just click the check box and be trying to figure it out. Take the time to read the terms and conditions sometimes. And most of your questions will get answered that way. And here come two thirsty meter maids coming my way. I'm the only car right here at Double Park. You're gonna mess with me? Or you're gonna keep it moving? Let's see, I'm taking bets. They're gonna say something or no? They ain't say shit. They gave me that look though. They was like, yeah, all right. They gave me that look. Slice said they're giving tickets to traders because they know they don't make as much money. Oh, snap. Stan said, you the same guy in Binary Pro Strategies chat group. You got your spot blown up, Slav. Oh, snap. Oh, that's what it is? Ernest said they probably watch your channel, decide to leave Rant Man alone. So that's where you was, Slav. You dipped away from TA to go over there, huh? Slav, no, I'm just messing with him. He said, I'm most likely to come back or maybe do both, but like I said, I wasn't ready. To be honest, I need more work on patience. Very important to be honest with yourself. For sure. See, and like I'm not a hater. Like I don't care what people do. All I know is I understand why y'all be losing. I understand that. If you want to stop losing, certain things you got to stop doing. So, but the thing about it is that you don't need me to tell you that. Like, y'all already know that. Ooh, Stan going hard. He said, what you prefer, Binary Pro or TA? Ooh, Stan is gully. Stan is with the shits. He's coming in. He's like, yo, what is it? What you like better? He asked him that NTA group. Yo, that's hard. That's hard right there. I ain't mad at you, Stan. Matthew said, bloods of Chris, homie. Oh, snap. Wow. Sly said, BPS kind of different. He trades a lot, like 20 plus trades a day, but he still uses behavior. So that got me attracted. Ernest said, Stan started some shit. He definitely is. He's like, I don't care. What's up? He's like, what? What's good? Oh man, that's the first right there. I like that. I like that. Tyler says, seeing that you're both here and both in the other one, seems like Binary Pro ain't cutting it. I just be over here whistling Mr. Softly. Wow, that's hard. That's hard right there, bro. Damn. Damn. We said somebody dry snitching. Oh man. Yeah, I like that, Ernest. I'm gonna come back and read that in a second. That was funny. Slav said, that's tough. I don't know, can't decide yet because I'm new to BPS and I only went for less than a month of TA on demo. Cool. Stan says, I'm in there too. Obviously. Uh-oh. Stan trying to get delivered, I think. Look at the last thing he said. Adele said, if you watch Insecure, then you will know what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not sure. What did you say earlier? You said something? Oh, excuse me. What'd you say, Adele? That made you say that? Matthew said, well, you have a point there. Indeed. Ernest says, Stan acting like Suge Knight at the source all up in your videos. Oh, snap. He's like, you tired of the producer all in the video? Come to death row. Yeah, that was a classic moment right there. Slob, here's the main thing. I wanted to try it out because I like to practice more. Realize my patience isn't as strong to get a trade a week. Stan, I don't want to lose. Stan, that's crazy. At least we both know the good channels. Stan, he don't show live trades. Who don't show live trades? Slav, it's not that I couldn't go more, but I decided I needed to take a break. Ernest says, Slav, you know Suge Knight. Yo, I need some popcorn. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Adele. All right, I got you. Tyler, patience is the murder weapon to many traders. Sad part is most of them aren't sure what killed them. At least you know, Slav. But if patience is your issue, learning from someone that trades 20 times a day is toxic. Just saying. Interesting. Stan says, Binary Pro don't show live trades but calls them out. Okay, so Binary Pro sounds like it's a signal service. Is that what it is? It's some type of signal service? Matthew said, after they win or before? I know, right? Slav, I can build patience, but I think I need more training. I mean, way more. I went 2 weeks on demo right before I kind of stepped back from TA, and I was looking at the charts 5 to 10 hours, and patience went away. Stan said before when? Okay. Slav says, nah, it ain't signals, he trains. Okay. So he's training, I guess he's training or trying to teach you the strategy or the methodology that he uses, and then he calls out trades. Is that how he does it? He says his way is kind of just getting in, hitting an objective, and getting out within 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, the way he does. Okay. I mean, it's really to each his own. It really is. Slav said he calls them out when he trades so people can know the setups and understand them. Got you. Got you. Don says Slav, it takes a lot of discipline to take a break. Hats off. Indeed. Rich, the only signal you should rely on is your brain signals. Oof. Whoa. Whoa. Boom. Damn, man, that shot's fired right there. Jesus. Wow. Yo, he got me now. I don't even know what to say to that. That's just out of nowhere. You already know that's the mic drop. Like, by right, I shouldn't even be on no more. By right. Damn. Wow. Yo, Rich was like, all right, I'm tired of this shit. Bow. Oh, man. Rich said, what happens if he decides to not trade anymore? Where you gonna be? Adele said in my MA voice. Matthew, I'm staying out of that one. Oh, man. Slav said, I got a job now, though. I decided to get a job and step back from TA because I was, again, spending like 10 hours a day trying to catch that right time. And I believe I got 2 or 3 trades for 2 weeks. And Slav, the two or three trades that you got, were they winning trades? Tyler said 10 hours a day, 2 trades in weeks, you've exhausted yourself before you gave yourself a chance, right? We would love to see you come back in the future. Matthew says overexposure. Don, better to tell the truth than a self-proclaimed lie. That's why I'm still listening to Slav, because I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that he really just pouring his heart out, like, about what's going on with him. And it's not easy to do that, especially when you're young, because a lot of young people be insecure. So they just leave and don't say nothing. But he actually came back into the lion's den and is just telling everything going on with him. I gotta have respect for that. Gotta have respect for that. He says, I mean, he got the training videos too, but training the live session helps. Yeah, it was following the protocol on demo. Okay, got you. Adele, I need you to go ahead and put some Yolanda Adams on for that response. Otis, those 2 to 3 trades in 2 weeks sounds like what Mark is doing now by slowing it down. That's why I asked, because I'm like, well, you got 2 to 3 trades in 2 weeks. Like, why is that a problem? Now, the only thing that I actually heard him say that I would consider to be a problem is being on the charts that long. Like, if you just on the charts for 10 hours, that right there doesn't really make that much sense, because you will get analysis paralysis doing that. And then we got tools to break up the time anyway. Like, even if I'm on the charts for 5-6 hours, I'm not really on the chart for 5 to 6 hours. You understand what I'm saying? It's more like out of an hour, I'm looking at the chart for about 10 to 12 minutes out of the hour. So if I had to really add up the amount of time I'm actually looking at the chart, if I'm sitting there for 6 hours, I'm really looking at the charts for an hour, a little over an hour, during a 6 hour time span. I'm actually looking at the charts for an hour out of 6 hours. The other 5 hours I'm spending doing a bunch of other shit. Watching the movie, watching training, listening to training, you know, just breaking up the time. You have to develop that, because that is the value. Who wants to sit in front of the charts for 10 hours? I don't want to trade like that. Why you want to trade like that? I'm just curious. Like that's for anybody that trades like that. Oh, well, I got to be there, you know, to take advantage of the opportunity. You over trading, first of all, and you get an analysis paralysis that causes you to not be focused, which leads to losing. Why not wait for this good opportunity to come and you get your money by scaling up? Like, I had this conversation, I forgot who it was. Somebody that came in the group in the on the live stream either last week or the week before. Who was it again? Who was the guy that came on that comes in from time to time? He said he takes like 10 trades a day or 10 contracts. Who was that? What was his name again? But anyway, he was talking about that. Yes, Jerome. When we was talking to Jerome, we was talking about it. Like, you taking 10 trades at 10 contracts when you can just scale up and cut the amount of trades that you have to take in half or even into a quarter of what you do, and then have more time to do other stuff and have more focus when you do trade. Like, why not go that way? He was like, he ain't wired like that. All right, okay. Self-awareness. If you know that that's not how you wired, I guess, then there's really nothing that you could do about it, because you're deciding to remain that way. And it ain't, you know, it is what it is. If that's how you want to go about doing things, I can't argue with you about how you want to be. But I'm just always questioning, well, why do you want to do that, though? Because to me, if you do that and then you complain about it, you got a problem. If you do it and you don't complain, you all good. But if you doing it and you complaining about it, it's a problem, obviously, because you complaining. Right? That's common logic. Otis said, hope to see you back, Slide. You got this. Tristan, he charges $50 per live chat and $300 for his method, a one-off course. Okay, this is the binary trade pro that you're talking about. If I can't work out with what I'm learning from BPS, then I most likely won't come back to TA for a while. I'm most likely going to come back at some point, but at the moment I'm not sure. Tristan said, have you won with BPS? Slav, still better than people out there with $1,000 service. Okay. Tyler said, you get an entire year service with that at TA. We already know what TA is, so it's interesting just to hear about another service, or like other services out there, because I'm always curious to know what people be using. Like, what do they be doing? So you guys are actually educating me right now, because I don't be knowing. I don't know what people be doing. All I know is that they be losing. I know that they be losing. That's why they come here. But Slav, is not a problem at all. Actually, that's pretty amazing. If I took those 3 trades in 2 weeks with a live account with a 5,000 capital, I just made like 1,000 or so. So that's good. Slav, you don't got to start with 5,000. Like, see, this is what I'm trying to help to get folks away from thinking like. Why would you start with 5,000? Why you start with start with $100? What if you can, let's just look at it for a second. Let's say you start with $100 and you end up with one trade every week, okay, that you're going to win. If you do Project 21 in 21 weeks, your account is at that level. Off of one trade a week, started with $100 by scaling up. I don't get it. Like I don't get why would someone not understand or see that or see the value in that? Why would you want to deposit 5 racks and trade so you can make 1,000? Like, you're gonna get to that point if what you're actually doing works. We want to get to something that works. If it don't work, you can't take 100 to 5K. If it do work, you can take 100 to 5K. Why would you not want to take 100 to 5K? Why would you want to start at 5K? This is the mentality I don't understand that people be having. And people will do it. They'll deposit 5,000 and then lose. Because you don't have the skill that it takes to take 100 to wherever you want to go. So if you can't start with 100 and take it somewhere, why would you start with 5,000 just to make 1,000 and then end up losing? Makes no sense. That doesn't make sense. He said the time I spent was a bit too much. You're right. You were spending way too much time on the chart. Reese said there's nothing wrong with researching to find your place. What's meant for you will stick to. Right. What's meant for you, you'll stick to. Indeed. Tyler, BPS got students that haven't lost in over a year. That's a question. Not saying I'm one of them, but we got that here. Facts. Slob, I wasn't doing nothing though. I was at home for like most of the time. No job, so I was just sitting at the charts. Not every day was like 10 hours. Okay, I understand. Walker said, that's a job. F that. Right, 10 hours? Indeed. Reese said, you can't run from what's designed for you. Yep. That is true. Matthew Slav, in the beginning for anything is going to be a steep learning curve. It's not going to come easy for anyone right out of the gate. You'll find your way though. Indeed. Tyler, he'd have P25 done in 3 days and be trading 100 contracts once a day instead. His subconscious brain won't allow it. Slav, I got the protocol down, no, but once again, starting with the $100 capital, it would have taken me 21 trades to get to P21 goal. And with the 3 trades in 2 weeks means I get to 21 in about 3.5 months. Couldn't sit it out, had to get a job. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But I mean, but see, that was the pressure you were putting on yourself though. Like you trying to, how are you trying to trade full time when you're just learning the skill in the beginning? I think what you're doing now makes more sense, to have a job and to be learning and building your skill and taking your time and slowing it down while you have the job. Like, doesn't that make more sense? I'm a little lost right there. Tyler says sacrifice sometime at night. What you know that lets a 22-year-old make 100,000 after 4 months of service. Slav decide to purchase his service and try it out. He's probably the only one aside from TA that's a good NADEX trading team. And that could very well be the case. Like, and just for the record, like, mind you, Slav is actually talking about a whole nother service in addition to what um he's been doing while he's been training with Team Alliance. And you see, like, we're engaging in the conversation. Like, I'm more interested in Slav than I am with the fact that he went somewhere else in pursuit of knowledge and skill. Like, I'm not upset he went somewhere else at all. Like, like I said, like, for what? I'm more concerned about what he's actually doing that's helping him to get to the point where he can become free. That's why he came here, right? Isn't that why everybody comes here in the first place? Like, everybody here don't want freedom. Everybody here wants the same shit. So I don't care that people go elsewhere and look elsewhere for whatever. Like, you should try to keep feeling your way through until you figure out what works for you. Even though I already know, but me telling you is not going to stop you from going elsewhere and, continuing to pursue that. You got to go through that experience on your own, as Slav has proven. Um, he's been trading for almost 30 years. He's successful and built his method by behavioral type of factor. So he's not someone who trades blindly. He knows when to stay out. Cool. I mean, from the sound of it, what you are describing about him, he seems like he knows what he's doing in the market. And it's always good to follow someone that knows what they're doing. But regardless of what, like, you're in search of something that is within you. It has nothing to do with TA, and it has nothing to do with him. What you're looking for is the place that you need to get to be able to execute whatever you decide to do. You understand? Like, it doesn't matter if it's what we do or what you're doing with him. It makes no difference. If you don't figure out how to execute and develop patience and become disciplined, you're going to lose anyway. And not just you. That goes for anybody. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not scared to tell people that. Like, I tell people that all the time. Oh, well, Mark, if I train with you, am I going to be able to, stop losing? I don't know. Are you going to become patient? You going to become disciplined? I got the framework for you to do it with, but you got to make the decision to do it. Not me. I can't decide for you. Nobody can decide for you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. TA, BPS, whoever. It boils down to you. You got to make the decision to actually start executing whatever it is that you're being trained to do. That's it. And if you don't do that, you're going to lose anyway. So it's important to remember that. It always begins with you and ends with you. Stacy, always remember, it is your money. You are the only one who is going to love it. So you have to put the work into the skill to keep it, not someone's system. Facts. Matthew, that's impatience above anything, not willing to take the time to work your way to it. Indeed. I know it can work because this is Slav. I know it can work because I wasn't hesitating when I took those 3 trades, when I was still doing the TA protocol, but just was spending too much time. You sound like broken record. You said that multiple times. So you already know what your issue is. Kyle says, sometimes people hate the early loss. More money makes you feel like you have a cushion. Right. That is very true. Yep. Slav said, like I said, if it doesn't work out, I'm most likely going to come back. But I like the method he uses, can kind of hit a goal in a few hours, very high percentages and probabilities. And I know the protocol is a 100% probability, but takes much longer to wait for the timing. And once again, they don't come a lot of times. Now, you saying if it doesn't work out, you already defeated yourself. Because if you're making the decision to do something, there is no if. If you're going to do it, it is going to work because you're going to do it until it works. Right? Try not to defeat yourself before you make the decision, because you've done it twice now. You left TA to do that, and you didn't disprove TA at all. You're saying that TA works 100%. You just said it. So I know the protocol is 100% probability. So what you're really saying is that you have not made the decision to follow that protocol. You understand? If you're not following the protocol that's 100% probability of winning, why are you gonna follow some other protocol? Why would you? That's why you saying if it doesn't work out, what you're really saying is you know that you're not gonna follow it. And I'm not saying this to even project this on you. I'm deciphering what you're saying. This is what you're saying. You said it. I'm just trying. You already know how I am. Like, I'm always gonna try to help you to see yourself, just like the market do. The market is the mirror; it just shows you yourself, and it shows you your bullshit. So it's kind of like knowing what it is that you're actually doing, and then deciding to stop doing that, because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to push through. The only way. Rich said, train on your lunch break. Walker, each Project 21 trade is a break on the runway to your flight to freedom. You can't build a proper runway if your focus is in the clouds. Mm. He said, I trained a lot when I was with TA, watched so much videos and learned a lot, like a lot. You still have a decision to make. And it's not whether you're going to train with TA or whether you're going to use the other service. That's not the decision. Don Slide, take your time. The money will come. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Yep. Adele, someone tried to get me to join iMarkets Live. I was like, my mind cannot take anything else. I'm focused, learning, and growing. Different strokes for different folks. You already know what it is. Don said, Slav is talking about Franco. Okay, that's the guy's name? Okay. Reese, I understand where he is because you just get sick of working for someone and want to invest in yourself. And to find this, you feel like it's an outlet. Indeed. Which we all went somewhere else before we came here. Only difference here is we're taught how to last the marathon. Let the church say amen. You got that here. That's why I don't even look at Team Alliance as a trading service. This ain't no trading service. This is life lessons that you're going to apply in the market and win. That's what this is. Wait, what do you say? Slide. All right, audio back or no? He said freshen up on your sign language. Audio's back? All right, cool. Yo, YouTube is straight hating. What the hell? Let me find out YouTube dropped the mic. They literally dropped the mic. The video was still there. Mic was gone. Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, but I'm browsing through the rest of the comments. Damn, there's mad comments left. Yeah, they like, yeah, it's too much real shit being talked about on this channel right here. We're gonna have to cut that out. Ernest said, I saw that head shake. That's Rent Man. Oh man. Yeah, but Slive, you get the idea though, man. You get the idea. I like well, let me read. I'm gonna read two more comments. Matthew said, thinking back, having a cushion gave me a full sense of confidence to do stupid shit. You know it. See, when you start with 100 and you gotta win to keep going, it's sink or swim. That's it. So that means that you got to make decisions. You got to decide not to lose no more, and you know how not to lose is by following the protocol. So is that not an easy decision to make? I'm just saying. Holly said, last night's training was a new level for me, and your Project 21 Trade 3 showed me what I was missing. See that? Ernest, I'm in this trading business for my freedom, so being tied to a screen doesn't sound like freedom. Mm-hmm. Stacy said, I tried 3 different things. They were all losers. Very interesting. Tristan said, I prefer the $100 method. I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't? All right, Rich, see you on training, man. Slav said, when I stepped back, I was just going to get a job, maybe get better at building a better character for myself to be able to actually do this right. But ended up finding him and just decided to give it a try because I was interested that he takes trades every day, can make money, and yada, yada, yada. I understand. Honestly, see, and I'm gonna say one last thing, Slav, as far as what you're doing. What you're doing is you're validating what you're doing now. Like the fact that you went to this guy and you like what he's doing. All of that is great. I always want to see people win, period. But what I'm going to say is that it doesn't matter if it's him or if it's us or if it's anybody else. If you don't accept and take accountability for you being the one to make the decision and develop patience, it don't matter what you use. You could use him, you could use us. It ain't gonna make a difference. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose because you're gonna decide to not be patient. You're gonna make the decision to be impatient, and the impatience will lead to you losing. So what I'm saying is that in your mind, what you're doing by validating what this new guy is showing you or doing for you, is like you're validating not being patient. Because you learned the framework to become patient with TeamAlliance. That's what you learned. You already know that that's what it is. And what you're doing now is you're comparing and contrasting. You're like, all right, well, 100% over here, but it's too slow. Over here, pretty good. This guy's been around for a long time. It's pretty nice. But what you're really doing is you're comparing patience to impatience. That's what you're really doing. You thinking you comparing TA to him. That's not what it is. So I'm just going to leave you with that because I believe that that's what it is. So hopefully that'll help you. But this was a good talk. It definitely was. And I know that this will be valuable for a lot of other people that are watching. You know, that's why I like to be on the live streams because we talk about everything. Like I'm never gonna run away from a conversation or, you know, from what somebody's doing or be a hater on any level. You will never see that here. Cause who does that? You understand? Who does that? I wish success to everybody that's using the guy that you mentioned. I hope that he does very well. I hope he continues to do well if he's doing well already. I hope the people that he's training does excellent. I want to see everybody winning. You know what I'm saying? Period. So whatever it is that you decide to do, make sure that you commit and you work on your patience. You need that. Even though you young as fuck, you're going to have to learn to be patient, man. You're going to have to do it, especially when it comes to this market shit. So, yo, y'all are crazy. Y'all look. Yeah, see, Matthew said, feeding the very thing that you're saying you need to improve. It's a contradiction. It's a self-inflicted contradiction, mind you. It's crazy. Yep. All right, y'all, I'm out. Mad mic drops today, but I wanted to listen to Slav and holler. So we stayed here for a minute, but it's all good. All right, y'all, I'm out. See y'all in training. Everybody else, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.